Hello my darlings, I hope you're all doing very well. In today's video I am doing a Tattoo Enthusiast reacts to Am I the A-hole? I love reading these so dang much, they're so interesting, and I love reading the comments with your opinions about the situations that I read so much, because it's nice to see other people's points of view. I'm very much set in my own ways, if that makes sense, so it's nice to see it from other people's point of view. So get your snacks and your beverages, get comfy and cozy. We're about to read some drama. The first one I want to read here is Am I the arsehole for calling my sister cruel for her tattoo idea? I'm very intrigued. As someone that has a younger sister, you know, sister drama is always blown out of proportion, isn't it? Like, it's always so dramatic, and I have a feeling that this might be incredibly dramatic for no reason. Does that make sense? Like, if you've ever had sibling drama, you might understand what I'm saying here. I don't know. Sis is 28, I'm 26, male. So this is the younger sibling writing this. My sis N has always had a strained relationship with our parents, especially my mum. I am clearly not privy to the reasons because things are fine with me and my parents. When N went to college, she met her creative writing professor as a freshman and they got close immediately. They would do a lot together and worked closely on a few different writing projects. N never specifically said this, but it was obvious to anyone who saw them interact that they had a substitute mother-daughter type relationship, which hurt my mum a lot to see. I always thought she'd grow out of it or that the professor would move on, but 10 years later they were still very close. Okay, interesting. Can't say I've personally ever been close to a teacher at all, because like when I was in school or college, I was very much, you know, I'm here to do stuff and then leave. Like, I didn't really interact with teachers that much at all, you know. About a month ago, the professor died unexpectedly and it devastated N. Well, I mean, if they were close, obviously that sucks, because I know a lot of people do say that some teachers or professors do change their lives for the better. So I can understand being so devastated by that. She was really depressed over the holidays, which of course was all in front of my mum, and was a difficult reminder that N loved the professor as much as a mother, way more than she ever loved my mum as a mother. She still talks to my parents and stuff and they don't fight or anything, but N is very distant and doesn't tell them anything about her life beyond the bare minimum. That's fine. If this person or sibling, sister, has boundaries as a grown adult, then that's okay, we should respect that. My mum tried to comfort N, but N was doing her distant thing and didn't want comfort. Then that's fine, in my opinion. Something unfortunate that happened to N is that when she got the call that she died, she was brewing tea, and in shock of the news, she spilled boiling water on her arm, which burned her kind of badly on the wrist. I think the burn was like on the borderline of second and third degree, and definitely still looked pretty rough during the holidays. N said it was especially hard because in addition to the physical pain, every time she looks at it is a reminder of the moment she found out her professor died. I was on FaceTime with N and she said she talked to her tattoo artist friend who said that the burn should be able to heal well enough to get a tattoo over it. And then excitedly told me about her idea, which is a type of flower that the professor gave her a bouquet of for her undergrad graduation. My mum was so embarrassed that day because she didn't get N flowers, but the professor did, and N was parading them around so happy, and it was a reminder of their connection. I guess N and the professor exchanged these flowers for every special occasions like birthdays, etc. So now she wants to get a decent sized tattoo in a highly visible spot of something that will remind everyone of the professor. I told N that this seemed cruel to my mum, who already feels cast aside and like she's an exile from N, and that's without the constant permanent reminder. N kind of scoffed and said, I can't believe you think you have the right to tell me not to do this, called me an arse and hung up, and is still not talking to me except for a very brief text saying congrats for a promotion I just got. My parents aren't commenting. My dad said I should have just kept quiet even though he agrees, and my mum made no comment but seemed grateful I stood up for her. I feel like I was being protective of my mum, but am I the arsehole? Well, in my opinion, this person is the arsehole, and they have been voted the arsehole. Reasons why I think they're the arsehole is, one, mind your damn business. It's not your body, it's not your choice. This sister is just getting a bouquet of flowers that meant a lot to her. I feel like this is such a sweet tattoo, and obviously this professor meant a lot to the sister, So what's the problem? It sounds like jealousy on the mum's part, and then this brother is just being a snooty kiss ass to their mother. It just sounds like the mum and daughter don't have a very good relationship, and the daughter found comfort within their professor, and the professor meant a lot to them. They have every right to get a tattoo to honour this professor, in my opinion. We're seeing one side of this story. I have a feeling that the mum probably hasn't been the best mum to the daughter by the sounds of things. You know, like, there's a reason why they don't get along. You know, it sounds very much like this brother is a mummy's boy. I personally do not think that the sister is an arsehole. The brother is very much the arsehole in this situation. And I hope that she goes and gets the tattoo as soon as that burn is healed to a point where a tattoo artist can tattoo over it. Okay, this could be interesting. This is, am I the arsehole for moving out after my dad found out about my tattoos? I, 22 female, have been getting tattooed since I turned 18. I have always loved the art of tattoos, and I am also someone who likes body modification in general. Big mood, I'm sure we can all relate. I don't have any visible piercings, I'm able to hide them, but like I said, I've always loved the subculture and have quite a lot of tattoos. My father, 59 male, has always hated tattoos. Oh no, here we go. And he doesn't hide his distaste towards them, which I completely understand. Everyone has their preferences and their dislikes. His is a bit overboard though, where he won't even accept medical care if the nurse has tattoos. What? What? No. I have hid my tattoos for 4 years. I wear long sleeves during the summer, and if I'm going out, I just bring a change of clothes. It's become part of my routine, and it never really bothered me. And a strange cousin come back into our lives a few weeks ago, and to stir up drama, he showed my father my Instagram page through a very close cousin's profile. He didn't follow me because I have a private profile and would never accept his request. Oh my god, this is some family drama. Holy cow. What gives you the right to do something like this? My father was furious, and for a few weeks he hasn't spoke to me, which I knew would probably happen. Honestly, it sounds like a good thing to me. That sounds like a breath of fresh air, not having this hateful man talk to you. I have been walking on eggshells around him, and he has said a few things to me that have been extremely insulting. I found an apartment because I didn't feel comfortable staying there, and I was going to be moving out in April anyways, and left yesterday. I have now been receiving calls from my brother, 27 turning 28, and mother, 61, telling me that I am making a mistake, and it is ridiculous that I think it was a good idea to leave because it is only making my father worse towards them. I offered them a place to stay since I'm renting a 3-bedroom basement apartment, and they told me that wasn't right and I should come home. I made my own choices as an adult, and I know I'm experiencing the repercussions of my choices, but I feel like my solution was a better idea than staying in a house where I'm not welcome. Am I the arsehole? Well, like everyone else has voted here, right? Not the arsehole. In my opinion, absolutely not the arsehole. You are 22, you are legally an adult, you are allowed to move out, you're allowed to get tattoos, you're allowed to do what you want with your body. You should not be hiding who you are from this monster. Could you imagine someone refusing medical care because someone has tattoos? Like, what the actual hell is that about? Please and thank you. You would never catch me doing that. In fact, I would prefer to be treated by someone with tattoos because they're cool, okay? They understand. They're in the circle. But this person has done everything to accommodate their father's needs and wants. When it comes to tattoos, for example, wearing the long sleeves during summer. Oh, just to keep the peace. Like, this person sounds very much like me. I'm very much a keep the peace kind of person, right? You know, I don't want arguments. I don't want to get into it, you know? But like this person, I have a freaking limit. Everyone has a limit, and you have every right to just get out of that situation. Because, I mean, I obviously don't know this father. He might be a very good dad, minus the tattoo hate. He might be a great father. He may not be toxic. He may not be horrible. But to overreact over something so silly, in my opinion, Ooh, red flags are flagging. Okay, so this one's a pretty new one. This is from 5 hours ago, so it's not really had the vote situation come up, so I guess we've got to figure it out for ourselves. It says, am I the arsehole for not going to my friend's wedding because of tattoos? Is it because you hate the tattoos? Or is it because they hate your tattoos? Ooh. My friend is getting married and has asked me to be a bridesmaid, but said that I have to cover up my tattoos because they will stick out in pictures. Oh, I have been in this situation somewhat. Basically, once upon a time I was meant to be a bridesmaid. The wedding never happened, okay? But I was meant to be a bridesmaid, and my friend at the time said to not get any more tattoos because, you know, I'll be wearing a dress, and I already started to get a bit more tattooed. I had some tattoos up on here, and I think I started to get some like on my like inner arm region, and she was kind of like, oh, don't get any more tattoos because you're gonna be a bridesmaid, and you know, like kind of thing. Yeah, anyway, I have bright colourful tattoos all over my right arm. They're not easily covered. The wedding is in the height of summer, so I don't have to wear long sleeves. Plus, who wears a long sleeve dress to a wedding anyway? My friend suggested I cover it with foundation. Oh no. But that's going to take a whole lot, and I just don't want to do it, quite honestly. It's also very, very messy. I've been there. I've tried that. It gets everywhere. I don't know how you make that foundation transfer proof, because, I mean, you can use hairspray, setting spray, powder, but it's still going to transfer in some way, shape or form. Honestly, oh God. You don't want to be doing that, especially if you're buying an expensive dress. I told my friend that I think it's just best I just don't go. Understandable. And now she's having a strop saying that if I was a good friend that I would cover them up for one day. And if I don't want to be a bridesmaid, then to just say that. And it doesn't have to mean I should just go for the whole wedding. Edit. I was only asked to be an emergency bridesmaid because the groom's brother is able to make it after originally not being able to. And my friend wants to have an even number of bridesmaids and groomsmen. Even as a regular guest, I'm going to be self-conscious about it all. Plus, I don't know anyone going except for the bridesmaid. I think that means except for the bride. And the day isn't about me. So I just thought it would be better to remove myself from the situation entirely. But to be honest, I don't really care about not going. I don't like weddings anyway. And if she's going to be this picky about tattoos, then I'd rather not deal with her. Okay, so this sounds just like a friendship. It doesn't sound like a best friend or anything like that. It's kind of like a meh situation, right? So I completely understand the desire to not want to be a bridesmaid. I would probably still go, but I would refrain from being a bridesmaid. I just be like, you know what? If you can't take me as I am, then I don't, to be honest, yeah, I wouldn't want to go because this doesn't seem like a true friend. If you can't accept me for what I look like all day, every day, you know, tattoos are there all day, every day. You don't take them off. It's not like makeup or whatever. I just be like, you know what? Fuck this. Like, if you can't accept me for who I am, then you don't want me a part of your wedding. Like, a wedding isn't just a celebration of the brides and groom, right? It's about like everyone that's there. It's just a big old celebration of love and acceptance. You know, like you're all there just to have a good time and all of that. So I would totally understand feeling a bit off about the whole situation. I personally wouldn't want to be the bridesmaid. And I don't know if I'd want to go either. I'd kind of not want to talk to this person anymore. I just want friends that are like there for me and accept me as I am. It shouldn't be so trivial and so surface level. Okay, I'm going to read one more, and this is, am I the arsehole for getting a tattoo instead of taking my girlfriend on holiday? What? Oh my gosh, okay. Me and my girlfriend are in our 20s. We don't live together. I earn more than she does, but it's not vast sums or anything. I pay a lot for things when we go out. Otherwise, we couldn't go out as much. I don't really mind unless she complains that it's not enough. What? I'm already getting ungrateful vibes from the title and this. Who the hell has the audacity to complain that what they're doing that's being paid for is not enough? What the dang hell? Look, I am grateful if Tom buys me a Kit Kat. Like, I don't understand the entitlement of some relationships, you know, but okay, anyway, let's carry on. She wants us to go on holiday later in the year and has been talking about it a lot. I can afford to go, but said I couldn't afford to pay for her as well unless we went somewhere cheaper. She's not been too happy, but has been trying to save some money. Oh my gosh. I don't know if it's a me thing here, but I've never been that person to expect people to pay for me, ever. I'm a Capricorn. I don't know if that says anything. But as a Capricorn, I'm very much about my own money. You know, like, yeah, I don't want you paying for me. I'll pay for me, please and thank you. I would never dream of expecting, you know, Tom to pay for a whole ass holiday, ever. Oh, no, that just gives me heebie-jeebies. I just cannot do it. You know, it's different if it's like a gift, because my best friend, oh my gosh, an angel, got me a holiday for my 30th. You know, obviously I didn't ask for that, but obviously I was very, very grateful of it. Oh my God, don't get it twisted. I was very, very thankful. So that's like a little bit different, but to expect it and not be happy when they say no? What? Ugh, I don't know. It's weird to me. Again, I'm very independent, very Capricorn-y. Like, I cannot. Oh God, just thinking about it. Ugh. Anyway, I've just had a merit rise at work and used extra money to get a tattoo I wanted for ages. As you should, it's your own money, you deserve it. She's really annoyed with me, thinks it's a waste of money, and that it could have paid for her holiday. No. Oh my God, I am disgusted. I said she could stop spending money on her nails and shoes and pay for herself, but that's not gone well, and she's pissed with me. Well, I mean, that kind of makes sense, because she's expecting her boyfriend not to get a tattoo, so that's basically kind of her, like, nails and hair, right? So if he's allowed to get a tattoo, then she's allowed to get her nails and that done, right? In my opinion, I don't know. She's also got my mum involved. My mum doesn't like tattoos, so is obviously taking her side and thinks I'm childish. I think it's my money, which I work hard for, and I should be able to spend some of it on something I want. Am I the arsehole? Well, in my opinion, no. Absolutely goddamn no. Maybe it is just a me thing here, but... oh. And to get the mum involved? Oh my God, and the mum taking her side? Like, if my son's girlfriend come to me and was like, your son isn't paying for a holiday for me and I'm really upset, he got a tattoo, I'd be like, yeah, and? It's his money. If you want to go on holiday, save up for it, like the rest of us. Why are you relying on a man? It's 2023. It's not for me personally. If I was the boyfriend in this situation, I'd be very annoyed. Like, if Tom did this to me, I'd be like, you know where the door is, you can leave. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions on this situation. How would you react? And the same for all the other ones that I have read today. I'm very excited to read your comments. And that's it for today's video. I just want to say thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me. And until my next video, bye.